Hi, this is Jeff Mitchell with the Golf Standard. Today we're talking about sand shots, and this one is a really severe downhill slope. Now, to be successful in this, I have a couple things I have to consider. Number one is always going to be my setup position. I want to make sure I get set up with my spine basically perpendicular to this slope, and I've got an alignment rod right here that kind of represents the amount of slope I have. So as I'm setting up to this, I'm going to have to try to make sure I get that kind of an angle. One of the main things that you need to do to be successful with any uneven lie is to make sure you set up to the slope and swing along the slope. So in this situation, this swing is going to come from high to low along that slope, and that's going to end up being a big difference. If you can take a very normal divot out of this shot, you have a reasonably good chance of being successful. The other thing you have to consider too is that because this is a severe downhill lie, what is normally a 58-degree sand wedge at this lie is now a 40-degree sand wedge or a 45-degree sand wedge, and that means that the ball is going to come off very low. Wherever it lands, it's probably going to roll out. So you have to kind of consider that. If you have a shot where you have plenty of green to work with, you can hit it low, then that's fine. One other consideration on this one is that the more you work your way around to the high side, the more you're swinging along the slope, you can get the golf ball to come out a little bit higher. So if you have some room where you can aim it to the left of the flag, carry it a little bit higher and stop the ball, might be a consideration. So for us to be successful here, number one, I'm going to put my weight on my downhill foot and I'm going to leave it there throughout the swing. I'm going to set up with the ball in the same position here as I would if I had a level lie. Club face is going to be the same. I'm going to make sure that my spine angle is perpendicular to that slope. And as I set up here, all I'm going to try and do, again, is to try to swing exactly along that slope. Common tendency is to try to lift the golf ball out of the sand, and the problem is you're going to hit way behind the ball. Chances are you're not going to hit a very solid shot. So from here, we're going to set up weight left, spine along perpendicular to the slope, ball position very normal, and swing along the slope. You can see that that divot is very similar to what it would be if I were in the bottom of the sand. So in this situation, you can see that with this very severe lie, ball's going to come out pretty low. I don't have a great deal of green to work with. That other shot, I hit a pretty good one, got just past the hole. But you might want to take a second option, and that is to play a little bit left. It's a little bit easier to go across the slope with your swing, get the ball to come out a little bit higher. And I happen to have some slope on this left-hand side of the green. I kind of use that to help me slow down the ball and even roll it down towards the flag. But I'm going to practice trying to hit this at the flag and see how it turns out. So in my setup, I'm going to make sure that I have my weight on my downhill foot, and I'm going to leave it there throughout the swing. I want to make sure I get my spine perpendicular to the slope, and I want everything else to be as normal as possible. And you can see I got it out of the bunker, carried it a little bit too far. So I either need to practice this a little bit more or maybe take that second option. But make sure you spend some time on these uneven lies. Work on your setup as much as you can so that you're not really feeling uncomfortable, and then you're going to change your golf swing. Till next time.